Hey, everyone. Thank you for stopping here today. I'm grateful for spending a few minutes with me. We've got a really interesting story to dive into, one that mixes politics, the military, loyalty to the Constitution, and a whole lot of heated reactions. And honestly, it raises some big questions that I think all of us should be thinking about. So, let's get into it. So this whole situation exploded after a video came out featuring Senator Mark Kelly and a few other Democratic lawmakers. In the video, they spoke directly to active duty service members and reminded them of something pretty serious, that they're not required to follow unlawful or unconstitutional orders. Pretty straightforward, right? I mean, that's part of military law. But the reaction was anything but simple. Almost immediately, critics pushed back hard. And then Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense, took it several steps further. He ordered the Navy to review Kelly for what he called potentially unlawful conduct. Think about that for a second, a sitting U.S. Senator, a retired Navy commander, suddenly being investigated for saying service members must follow the Constitution. Does that sound normal to you? Or does it make you wonder what the deeper issue really is? Then things took an even more personal turn. Hegseth went on social media and accused Kelly of wearing his military medals wrong in the video, saying that if Kelly were ever recalled to active duty, the first thing they'd do is inspect his uniform. That's a pretty aggressive jab, especially against someone with 25 years of service. Kelly isn't just some guy pretending to be in the military. He actually served for decades and worked at NASA. So the question is, was this really about uniform protocol, or was it about sending a message? As all this played out, Kelly didn't stay quiet. He went on Jimmy Kimmel Live and hit back hard. He called Hegseth totally unqualified and said the entire investigation was nothing more than political pressure, basically suggesting Hegseth was doing it to get on the good side of President Trump, who publicly criticized the video too. Kelly even pointed out the irony that Hegseth might try to punish him under the Uniform Code of Military Justice for quoting the Uniform Code of Military Justice. And here's where the whole situation becomes bigger than just two people arguing. Kelly said this isn't about him. It's about free speech and the right to speak up when something doesn't look right. He warned that if military leaders start punishing people for reminding service members of their constitutional responsibilities, then things could head in a very dangerous direction. So that brings up a question for all of us. At what point does enforcing discipline cross over into suppressing dissent? And who gets to decide when that line has been crossed? Meanwhile, the Pentagon says the review will be thorough, and the outcome could be serious, ranging from administrative punishment to something as extreme as a court-martial. That's a lot of weight hanging over one video. So, it makes you wonder, is this about the message in the video? Or is it about the political environment surrounding it? The bigger picture here is pretty fascinating. On one side, you have people saying that comments like Kelly's could undermine military discipline, especially during politically tense moments. But on the other side, you have people saying the military's loyalty must always remain with the Constitution, not with any single leader, political movement, or moment in time. So which side would you say makes more sense? And what do you think soldiers and service members watching this are feeling right now? Empowered? Confused? Worried? Another big thing to watch in the coming days is the reaction from lawmakers. Will Democrats rally behind Kelly? Will Republicans back Hegseth? Will others stay quiet to avoid the heat? And how will President Trump respond as the review moves forward? Every reaction is going to shape where this conversation goes next. And maybe the biggest question of all is this. What does this mean for future military leaders, veterans in public office, and everyday troops who might feel caught in the political crossfire? If a high-ranking retired officer like Kelly can face punishment for reminding troops about constitutional rules, will others feel afraid to speak up, even when they believe it's the right thing? There's a lot to unpack here, and this story is definitely far from over. As soon as we get updates, especially once that December 10th review deadline comes around, we'll break it down right here on the channel. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you spending your time here, and I'd love to hear what you think in the comments. Do you feel like this investigation is justified? Or does it seem like something political is happening behind the scenes? If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, share this video with someone who might want to hear about the story, And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next update. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.